Cowboy puts you back to your roots. It's people's grit, try, and it's salt of the earth kind of people. They tell you what they're gonna tell you, and that's the truth. And if you can't live on it, well, then you're probably not gonna make it very far.
It's not anything written. It's lived, and it's just looking after your next man and just doing the right thing when nobody's looking.
A good cowboy told me one time that character is what you do when nobody's looking. So I feel that when you're out there riding and nobody's looking around, you make sure you're covering your country and you make sure you got your next man's back. Just like Sean said, it's all about the character that you carry with you.
There's a lot of things it takes to make a good cowboy, but for starters, he needs to pay attention. Attitude is worth more than talent. In other words, if they have the right attitude, you'll get along with them and they'll help you. These boys up here, they'll help you do anything. In other words, if you want to break this wagon down there, every one of them going to find something to help do it. And packing my bed from one place to the other, one of those boys run up and grab it. So let me carry that. That's just how they are.
If it's not yours, don't take it. And if it's not true, don't say it.
Like you say, some people come up and ask if you do the rodeo or whatever, and say cowboys or ride bulls and all. And well, do you rope? Well, we rope, but that's kind of where it all came from, what we do. And I don't know how you describe the cowboy as somebody that spends a lifetime at it, and it's not a hobby.
I don't know, I've had trouble with that because I've had that question asked. Yeah, it's just a lifestyle more than a job. And we don't carry pistols or fight Indians anymore. You got to explain that to them. I think it's mainly in us, really. I mean, we didn't choose this lifestyle, it chose us.
It's your word, and just treating people the way you want to be treated, as well as your livestock, your horses, and your cattle. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be living. We wouldn't be making a living. And so I think a lot of that code has to do with the way you treat people and the animals you're with every day.
Cowboy's only as good as the horse that he's riding, and he can only take care of them cattle so well as long as he's mounted well enough to do so. Them horses, you need to take care of them, just like Sean said, be a steward upon the land, And if we're not good to them, they're usually not very good to us either.
It's learned from watching. It's learned from getting your butt chewed out. If you just open your eyes and look around and shut your mouth, that's kind of how you learn, I guess, what you would call the code. My grandpa once said, talk less and say more.
Being successful is being happy. Being successful doesn't mean that you have money. Being successful is being happy.
Like this crew here?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a bunch of brothers.
Yeah.
Everybody looking after everybody else. I mean, to me, that's a lot right there.
Man, the sunrise is amazing off this ranch here whenever you trot up on that hill. I really honestly try to take a minute every time to look over there and thank the Lord for my family, for this ranch.
In the morning when you're leaving, it's some places have to leave real early they got a long ways to trot, and when you're leaving in the dark or something and the sparks off everybody's shod horses and stuff, and then the sun coming up, when there's thunderhead coming in that day, and we end up getting rained on pretty hard, but to scatter out that thunder rolling through the hills,
It's just picture perfect every time, every day.
I mean, this morning over on the hill over there, Art was over on the hill to my right over there, and I could see a man on a horseback, just a kind of a speck of him look in front of me. The sun was just coming up through the clouds. There was a lake up there, green grass and cows. That's God's creation.
That's God's creation. That's right.
Yep.
I think my favorite one is coming off behind the hacienda.
There at the barrel, we brought the wagon down.
All the horses just lined out right in front of us.
Best view I ever had. We better go with second best view I ever had.
Let me rephrase that question, John. Something that we can tell these folks the best view you ever had.
That's why we're going to the second best view I ever had. We gathered 2,600 head of cows there out of Nevada, out of the winter country, and trailed them about 10 miles, 12 miles, valleys.
Yeah.
They're tabletop flat. Anytime you find a little anthill, you get up on that thing, you could see them cows scattered out 1 and 2 wide for 5 or 6 miles. That sure was pretty.
I bet it was.
I compare my work with like school, and like my best day of school was nowhere near my worst day of work. Like I'd rather be at work.
Laugh or cry sometimes, or I cry.
When it does get bad, I'm always like, it could always be worse.
I don't think so.
The tougher it gets, the better we like it.
I agree with you.
We have pleasant days, we have bad days, but it's funny. Your best memories are the bad days when it got so that blame cold you couldn't stand it, or so hot you couldn't stand it, or good.
My TP ties were frozen. Somebody had to come turn me out of my house.
I remember them days.
Gosh, dang.
If a fella's mind is where it ought to be, I think you feel closer to the Lord when you're out
I
here.
do too. I really do.
More so than you would be sometimes in a church. Because of what you get to see in the creation and the, like Van said, the green grass and the cowboy on the next point over there and sun shooting through the clouds.
Antelope running across the prairie.
Yeah. I never want to be anything but a cowboy.